Thank you for tuning in to Voice of Nigeria. And this edition of Focus will be to review Africa women's performance at the ongoing FIFA World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. And we will be reviewing the just concluded 2023 FIBA Women's Afrobasket Ball in Kigali, Rwanda. Also, look at the Nigerian athletes final list of athletes for the 2023 World Championship in Budapest. That's Hungary. Plus, English Premier League EPL kicks off tonight. All this will come your way when you remain tuned in to Voice of Nigeria. My name is Salis Muhammad, and I'm not alone here to discuss all our focus for this edition of Talking Sports. I have with me sport journalist and analyst. By my right, I have Maxina Dixon. He is one of the regular. You're welcome to this edition of Talking Sports.
Thank you, Salisu.
And by my left, I have Solomon Chung. Chung, I got it right?
Yes, you got it right. Solomon Chung.
Yes.
Nice having me, yeah.
You're welcome. So, gentlemen, who have seen the superlative performance, who have seen the Super Falcons, putting up a very good fight against the three Lionesses of England on Monday. The match ended regulation time, goalless draw. Well, Nigeria had an advantage at the 87 minutes when Lauren James was given a red card out. So we expected that the game would change, and with the introduction of assistant Ashola, but it dragged 90 minutes plus 6 minutes added time. Was it 6 or 7? Then we went to the extra time. That is the 30 minutes added, making 120 minutes plus another extra 3 minutes. But no goal from either side, and we went to penalties, and the English girls, had upper hand to beat Nigeria about 4 goals to 2. Generally, not just Nigeria. Let's look at the African performance. How did you see the outing of African in this 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup?
I would say it was very, very good. For the first time, we had 4 teams, and we had 3 of them make it to the round of 16. We had 2 debutants. One of them made it to the round of 16. We had Nigeria that went unbeaten. We had South Africa that played some expansive football that people really loved. We had a Moroccan team that, despite their initial setback in the first match, 6-0 to Germany, they turned it around. They found that courage to sneak into the round of 16. Then Zambia, after losing their first 2 matches to powerhouses Spain and Japan, they still were able to get a win. So by and large, I will give Africa's participation at the ongoing FIFA Women's World Cup 80%. Why would I say so? Because we see now that indeed the game is growing on the continent. It's no longer just the shoe horse race of Nigeria, winning the African Men's Championship, then fumbling at the international stage. They were able to put up a fight. We saw, let me start with the Super Falcons. We saw for the very first time since we started participating in 1991, a compact, disciplined, tactically disciplined Falcons. We've never had a team this solid. Yes, you might say, okay, they had problems getting goals, or the shape of the team was defensive, but we came toe-to-toe with 3 of the top female football teams.
First was the Olympic champions,
Canada, hosts Australia, and European champions England. The last match against England, even before the red card was issued to James, the English lady, Nigeria was dominant. We hit the post twice. We matched the English.
Got very close.
Very close.
Yes, we had about 28 shots on goal.
Exactly.
Well, 12 of them were on target.
Yes.
Very threatening.
Very threatening.
And
possession-wise too.
Yeah, well, the possession was a little bit to the Lioness because they have a very good, grip of the ball, on the ball and off the ball. But importantly, we saw, like you put it, a very disciplined and compact Super Falcon. And
yes.
That's a question I'll ask you in the explanation. I wouldn't know how many of them possibly couldn't make it to the next World Cup after the next 4 years, but I guess we'll still retain about 98% of the team going forward.
There's no doubt Odega is out, Onome is out. Kobe Paranos, even Azizat is already 28, 29.
But I have a feeling Azizat will make it.
Might be able to make it. She might be.
Sure, yeah.
Yes, but that golden generation is going out. Now we're going to see Gift Monday. We're going to see others from the under 20 team being promoted, and those girls are also very good. Sadly, I don't think Coach Waldron is staying. I have reports say he has moved. He has gone back to Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And he's already been considered as the next coach of the U.S. female team after they crashed out of the World Cup. And you know the acrimony that accompanied the build-up.
Yes.
And now the whole world is aware of the issue. So he might not come back. But it would have been nice to have him. The girls have bonded with him. And the good news is that because of the performance, now many footballers of Nigerian descent now in Britain and US, they are now indicating interest. They want to play for Nigeria. And many of them, Solomon, they are young. Some of them are 17, 16. So we already have there's
transition,
but still there will be a challenge. Just to cut you short.
Before
I'm just trying to portray this point.
Go ahead.
You see, there was a style Waldron was using to get those girls engaged.
Yes.
So, do you think we'll get
the continuity
of how to attract these girls to play for Nigeria? That's just even my fear.
Well, let's see who they appoint.
But I think importantly now, with what we saw between the Super Falcons and the English team, the women, I think the future of football, let me borrow the words of Dr. Petrus Masapi, the CAF president, and the Fatima Samora. The future for women football in Africa, I think, is very bright. They have broken the jinx, and they have passed the litmus test. It's not just about name, it's not about statistics. If you look at what happened in Group C, where Nigeria found itself, before those games, nobody gave Nigeria a chance. Solomon Chunk, let's leave South Africa out. You saw the drama before they got to the round of 16, and Netherlands stopped them by 2 goals, and France, trashed Morocco by 4 reply goals, So what did you take home from the mistake that you see and, going forward to correct it as it affects African football, more especially the women football?
Yeah, you see, if you want to benchmark the performance of the African teams, just like Manzimo rightly put it, you can target. You can't give them an A though, but you can give them a B performance at the world stage, particularly for the debutants. Even the girls that did not qualify for the knockout stage really put up a show. They didn't go there without a fight. So generally, it was a very impressive performance for the Africans. There were some, 1 or 2 tactical lapses. Or probably you meet a bigger card that showed you that you're not mates. But beside that, generally, it was a very impressive outing. Then what the African team should do is to find a way to keep those girls together and probably recruit some more that have more hunger and zeal to play for their country, and also to keep those technical staff together, if they can do so. I wish Nigeria can keep hold of Waldron, but I have a strong feeling it's going to slip off our hands.
American dreams supersede all other dreams.
So I just wish the other African teams. No, for Nigeria, I know we're going to attract good coaches. We'll get one, no doubt about that. I know we've always got good coaches. If we want, it's just the only challenge we have is how our people manage those professional working relationship with those guys they hire.
Okay, we'll keep our fingers crossed and make sure that watch events as they keep on unfolding. Before we continue, if you're joining us, my name is Alice Mohammed, and we've been discussing the performance of the African contingent at the ongoing 2023 World Cup. And we'll also look at the DTigress, that's the Afrobasket ball, where Nigeria have equaled the record of Senegal that they broke in 1970-71. And we'll look at the list of athletes for the World Championship in Budapest, that's Hungary. And of course, EPL kicks off tonight between Manchester City and Burnley. Majid Dixon, let me come back to you.
Yes. You know, what even makes it so fascinating is that the team was led by a woman, in fact, a 31-year-old Nigerian American by the name of Rina Wakama. She barely resumed with the team a month ago, or rather a month before the tournament.
She was appointed in June.
In June, precisely. And I mean, there was no noticeable tune-up match that was played or something like that. Remember the sad recovery we are making in basketball called the NBBF. So nobody really expected much from them. Some of the regulars had even said they wouldn't play for Nigeria again. But we saw the girls rise to the occasion. They blew all the teams away. Not even close. There was none of the teams, DR Congo, Egypt, Mozambique, host Rwanda, and even Senegal. It was almost
Very
like a walk in the park.
Performances.
Exactly. And credit to Rina Wakama for being able to
The first female
to
win.
And just 31 years old. Young.
But
But she was able to motivate them. Obviously, she was able to speak. What this shows, right, the D'Tigress victory and even Super Falcons, it shows that when the coach has the confidence of the players, even if the team is not exactly stellar, once the players decide to play for the coach, you see a difference on the pitch. And women, the way women are naturally made, they don't ask for too much. Once you just show them that commitment and love to do something, they give their best. They give whatever they do in sports.
So I've seen it.
You've seen it, right? So credit to them. Even the first lady hosted them when they got back to Abuja, and everybody was so happy that yes, our basketball is back. I hope this victory motivates the MPPF now to also rejig our local game. Our local game has been asleep for years now, almost 4 years since COVID. Now that we've gotten rid of the squabbles and disagreements, now let's also pay attention to the local game.
Going forward now, I mean, what approach? What do you want to see? Is it new sponsors coming in? Is it still relying on the federal government to, what do you want to see so that basketball could be turned around the country?
The way it is at the moment, there's always been attraction for our basketball, because I can bet me, if Nigeria is going to win any big thing on the world stage, I can bet you it's going to come from this basketball, because we have seen over the years, we have seen all the signs, all the indicators that this is where we're going to even pick something first. I'm not without any prejudice to football, which is even my first love, but I'm just being honest, brutally honest here. So there's this, the attraction for basketball has always been there. And now with this performance, in spite of, let me tell you what has even been putting a cap on people coming to sponsor our basketball, is the NBBF trouble. Is all the drama in the official dome and all that. But left for the players, for the technical crew, for what we do in basketball, the kind of sponsorship you see, you won't even believe it. So I can assure you that with the outcome of this and so many others that will come from basketball, you're going to see more bigger sponsors coming in.
Oh, also moving forward, our next item here is the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, AFN, has released its final list of athletes for the 2023 World Championship, which will begin in Budapest, Hungary on August 19, as next week. In the list available, US-based speed star Udodi Nwozuruike and Godson Brume were left out of the squad. Brume had pulled out of the championship citing health issues, while Nwozuruike failed to recover in time from the injury he sustained at the NCAA Outdoor Championship in the United States. The Athletic Federation of Nigeria has replaced them with the duo of Nicholas Fakorodi and Carlington Anunagba. Top on the list is world silver medalist long jumper AC Brume, US-based Ishikiri Ishureishi. I hope I got this name right. Then Favor Ashe and Alaba Akintola, and also medalists. Others are Sheyi Ogulewe, Nathaniel Ezekiel, Nathaniel Samson, Dubem Nwachiku, Chidi Okezie, Samuel Ogazi, and shot putter Enekwechi Chukwi Buka. Other on the women's list to Budapest are Rosemary Chikuma, Ophili Favor, Faith Okosi, Eyakpo Beyan, Justina, Success Umokoro, Uko Insi, Imao Bonk, Patience George, Ella Onujuwewu, Oke Okpeyemi, and Ruth Osoro.
I haven't had the name of our golden girl. Where's our golden girl? Where's
Toby
the name?
Amusan.
Yes, I haven't had that name.
There are other issues, though. As we the information that we got, that her name is among that were submitted, and we're looking forward to the integrity unit of athlete integrity unit to clear her because of failure to appear in the tests for drugs. So we're still hoping, we're looking forward. But in this same platform, I've asked questions. It's because the way the matter came on known in the public domain was that she had missed 3 times.
Yeah.
So most of us keep on wondering, why should she miss drug tests 3 times?
Routine test, yeah.
Yeah, routine tests. Didn't her coach remind her? Doesn't she have a calendar? And the athletes integrity unit have said they have formally sent an invitation for her to appear, and she did not appear. But a lot of things and stuff, I don't want to delve into that. We have a competition at hand, and we have to be in Budapest. Would she or without will have to go?
Yeah.
So from the list that I read out, I think there are new people on board.
Exactly.
And there are some who have made a very frantic effort, but from all points, it shows that possibly maybe they will be able to launch themselves in the world stage with this opportunity that has come up.
Yes.
So Dixon, now we already there at Hungary. So what is your wish for athletics? I know it's not going to be easy.
Well, it's, sometimes when you go for competitions, of course, the main aim of going is to win. But also the time you also want to give opportunity for others to have that exposure. So for me, I think this particular event would give other athletes that we've not heard of or we don't know the opportunity to test their might on the international stage. And who knows? Yes, Toby Amusan has issues, and we know by the grace of God, everything will be sorted out. But these names you have here, this is their chance to step up. If Toby Amusan was at a point was not known, but it was opportunities like this that made her become a world record holder, a Guinness Book of Record holder. So for me, it's not a doomsday event or movement we're carrying on. It's just an opportunity to give others the chance to compete at the highest level, especially those are athletes that are based here in Nigeria. So it's not a loss for me personally. This Golden League meet is a yearly thing or quarterly, or as the organizers want it to be. So let's see what happens. If we might see another world record holder emerge, or we might see a new face, new faces that will now say, okay, there's a transition, so that when others are not there, they can.
Absolutely, I agree with all you said. It's just another very big opportunity for those who want to launch themselves.
Yes.
But importantly, I think this contingent, I have not heard of any trouble with them. So I want to believe that they have prepared very well. Before you come in, Solomon Chunk, there are other names of athletes that I could not read out. I have Amechi Obiageri, Pamela, De Anumba Ashley, and Onyokiri, Chioma Ola Toyi Oyesadi. So, Solomon Chung, what are your expectations?
We have always hold our own in athletics. However, just like Menzino pointed out, this is an opportunity for the new kids on the block to go and showcase themselves. It's a good platform for them. We have US-based athletes that have even made their marks in some regular sporting activities. But my worry is the fact that we are not, if Amusin is not clear, we are going without our finished product. She is the show bet. Like, if Tobin is there, you can bet that we're picking
very
a
sure
medal.
that yes.
Like, you bet for a medal. She's a sure bet. Now she's not there. So if we go with this lot, we're just going to do our best.
Yeah, but
if
importantly, Maxine Dixon, I believe that like Amusan, she was given opportunity.
Yes,
and she
I
came,
agree.
Off the
Yes,
stage, and
it happened.
so I think among those names that will be going out,
We might have another Toby Amusan.
Of course, I truly believe, because we don't know how much work they have put behind.
Yes, that's true.
For them to be picked. So
That's true.
if you work very hard, I believe that when you go to the world stage, when it sets, God will help you with the right strength, the right psychology. You see, you just
and even the Amusin case, we are not totally giving up, because anything can happen. Her name is actually on the list, but in case she's cleared, so we hope and pray that she's cleared. I expressed this fear the last time we discussed it, that how soon would the integrity unit, hear the case before the Budapest
time is running out.
Championship.
She has not been tested, and if you're not cleared, I don't think it's right for So we should just understand that we're not going with her. People will just be there. But Dixon, tonight, just an hour thereabout or two away from now, the English Premier League will
much watch the much talked
Manchester
about.
City, the triple champion, the European champion.
Yeah.
How many champions are they?
They won.
They will begin with
Europe
Burnley.
once, then
Burnley too, they're underdog. The way they finished, they're a very strong team.
But their present coach was the captain of Man City, so he understands Man City setup. So, he can hurt them.
Yeah, in fact, I try to kind of do a lot of permutation, but this is the first game. But what I'm very sure is that Burnley will not want to lose this first game.
Yes.
Manchester City have to come and start their defense. So it's not going to be an easy game, because each tournament, the first game is not easy.
Yeah.
But let's see what happen tonight. But what are your expectations? The figures are out there. The analysts were saying it go this way and the other way. So which way?
I feel Chelsea and Arsenal have a lot to prove this season. And why do I say this? Chelsea, they have Michel Pochettino as the new coach, and they have brought in a raft of players to show up their defense and attack. They've let so many of their players go, Mason Mount and co. Arsenal, remember, they came quite close to winning the league last season, and although they fell short, but at least they are back among the top four. They are going to play the Champions League. Then they had a morale-boosting Community Shield win, even though some say it's not advisable to win the Community Shield before the season, because in the last 12 or 13 years, whoever won the Community Shield never ended up winning anything as such. But, Arteta has gone out bold. He has recruited. He has bolstered the team. Bukola Saka came to Nigeria to rejuvenate. Although Gabriel Jesus is injured, he should be back. Partey is supposed to go out. It's the momentum. Let me put it this way: the momentum is with Arsenal and Chelsea. For Liverpool, I support them, but I must confess they've been very poor in the transfer market. They don't seem serious, and so many players have left, and they've not bothered to reinforce. So they may just remain out of the top four. Manchester United, so much to prove. Onana from Cameroon is in there. Maguire has left. He's gone to West Ham United. And it's going to be very interesting this season.
So, in 20-30 seconds now, the game tonight, which way do you take it to go?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough test. However, I see Man City winning, but not Burnley won't go down without putting up a fight, because the former Man City guy is the one coaching them, Vincent Kompany, and he's a tough coach.
Let's keep our finger crossed and see how it's going to turn out. And dear listener, this is much we can bring to you in this edition of Talking Sport. But before we go, I must thank Maxine Dixon, a sport journalist and sport analyst with Voice of Nigeria. Thank you for participating in
My
this
pleasure.
edition.
Anytime.
And Solomon Chung, a sport journalist and analyst with Voice of Nigeria. Thank you for participating in this edition of Talking Sports.
Always a pleasure talking sports.
My name is Salis Mohammed. Join us next week for another fresh edition of Talking Sports. And thanks for tuning in and staying with Voice of Nigeria. Goodbye.
And side-footed into the bottom corner, and Norway are into the last